Good morning, students. Our 17 poem name is On the Ground. I will first read this poem and then I will give you hard words in this poem. In our little boat glide on the water blue and wide, while the sky is smooth and bright. What could give you more delight? See the ripples how they run, twinkling bright in the sun, while reflected we can see shadows of each hill and trees. See the lilies, round and larger, floating near the ready marge, where the bulrush has its place and the heavy water maze. Then see the great green dragonfly and the swallow skimming by. See the fishes spring and gleam, ere they splash into the stream. See the bright kingfisher too, darts a gleam and green and blue. These are all around the boat on the water list we float. First, here the meaning of glide. Glide means to move. In Marathi, to सरकणे. Then next word is ripples, to waves. Then hard word twinkling, to shining, to shine. Then next hard word is floating, means to floatings get going, or glide also hang, to move. And then ready march means to, here ready march means to water's edge where the reeds or tall grasses grow thick. That means the edge of the rivers, waters, or the edge of the rivers, there were the growing thick grass. Then bulrush means water mush. Then bulrush means to wetland grass like plants. Then next word gleam. Gleam means to shine bright, and era means to आपण म्हणतो की नाही युग, age, old age. Then or the before, era means to here before. Then next word is dart. Dart means to move or suddenly or rapidly. Then wheels means to while. In the first stanza, poet tell about the in our little boat to glide on water blue and white, which the sky is smooth and bright. What could give us a more delight? That means in the poet say that the begins by telling us that he is in a boat. That means the poet is in the boat and the boat is gliding away on the rivers. That means this boat is to move on the water. Then at that time the it is water is blue. That means the color of water is blue and white, and the sky is clear and bright. At that time sky is clear and bright. And then what could you give more delight? And this last sentence poet say that, in other words, the poet want to tell us that it is a beautiful day. That means this is a beautiful day, and at that time he is in a boat, and boat is to move away from on the rivers, and the color of water is also blue, and it is a beautiful day. The poet further puts forth of the rhetorical question that here the poet asks a rhetorical questions. What else could give a more happiness Then this is beautiful day and clear blue water of a rivers. That means this is a beautiful day. Then second stanza, tell about the see the ripples how they runs the twinkling brightly in the sun while reflected we can see shadows of each hill is tree. That means in the second stanza poet is pointing to the ripples and telling us to watch how they are shining brightly in the sun rays as they move the surface of water. म्हणजेच हे जे काही रिपल्स आहेत ते कशा पद्धतीने शायनिंग करत आहेत किंवा चमकत आहेत हे काय केलेलं आहे आणि ते वॉटरवरती कशा प्रकारे रिफ्लेक्ट होत आहेत ते काय केलेलं आहे पोएटनी सांगितलेलं आहे. While reflected we can see shadows of each hills and tree. That means in poet is pointed the ripples telling us to watch how they are shining brightly in the sun rays as they move on surface on the water. The clear water of the river is reflecting the image of all the hills and trees. That means the clear water of river is reflected toward the image of the hills and tree. आणि ते कुठे रिफ्लेक्ट झालेलं आहे ट्री आणि हिल्स वरती रिफ्लेक्ट झालेलं दिसून येतं. नेक्स्ट सांगा see the lilies round the large floating near the reedy marge where the bulrush has its place and the heavy water mice. That means in the third stanza poet tell us the see the lilies. That means here the poet is telling us to see the large round lilies that are floating near the edge of the river. That means the sea lilies round the large. That means the lilies which is a floatings or to hang or to get going on the edge of the rivers, and at that time it is a full reeds. And the next floating near the reedy marge where the bulrush has its place and the heavy water mess. That means and the poet tell us that we can also find the other water plants like the bulrush and the water mice. Bulrush and the water mice means to the wetland or grass-like plants. That means in this stanza poet tell about the further telling us the see the large round lilies floating near the edge of the rivers and that is the full of reeds. And the poet tell us the we can also find other water plant like the bulrush and the water mice. Then in the fourth stanza see the great green dragonfly and the swallows skimming by. See the fishes spring and gleam ere they splash into steam. That means in this stanza, in the fourth stanza, poet tell us the now pointing the dragonflies and the swallow that are skimming the water on the rivers. Here the skimming means to shining or bright. That means the dragonfly which is shallow there are skimming the water on the rivers, and see the fishes spring and gleam ere the splash into steam. That means the poet is also advising to quickly wash the fishes that are shining as they jump about and before they deuce back into the water and disappear. That means here the poet describe the fishes which is a coming on the water and goes to the quickly in water and disappear. That means see the great green dragonfly and the swallow skimming by. See the fishes spring and gleam ere the splash into streams. That means the poet now pointing the dragonflies and swallows are skimming the water, the river. The poet is also advising to quickly wash the fishes who is shining as they jump about the vapors and they diffuse back into the water and disappear. In last stanza, see the bright kingfisher toes dart a gleam of green and blue. These are around our boat on the water lest we float. That means in this fifth stanza, poet tell us about the seen the kingfisher birds as it is dart about in the search of fishes. That means to move suddenly and quickly. That means in this stanza, this is the last stanza of our poem, and in this stanza poet telling us the sea kingfisher who is kingfisher birds who is dart about the search of fishes. That means he dart or he move or move suddenly about the search of fishes. The poet ends the poem the saying that the these all around our boat on water whilst in the float. That means in the lastly poet tell us or saying that this insect, bird, fishes and plant trees and hills are all around him. They move in their boat. That means in the last stanza poet tell us or saying that this insect, birds, fishes and plants and trees also hills are they around him and they move in their boat. That means here poet described the poem very nicely and beautifully. You understand this poem? Here the list of list of list of insect, bird and trees. That means here the you search the hard word is the poem, then bright, delight, then run, sun, sea, tree, then glide and wild, then large marge, place any maze, then dragonfly and by gleam stream, and also here boat and float. Also there is a rhyming word in the poem. Here list of the insect, bird, trees, plant mentioned in your poem. Which insect, which bird, which trees, plant mentioned in this poem you write in your notebook. Then also rhyming words. You understand the rhyming words? Thank you.